What up, y'all? This is Keegan the Creep Ass here with Yada Media. About to do a fucking quick interview. We're outside Columbus, yeah, at the Al Rosa. About to kick off this fucking Shapeshift showcase. That's a tongue twister. Check this shit out. And I'm in a car, bitch. Do you see this car? We don't even know whose car this is. We just hopped in this bitch. Put a light up there. Show them the light. Put a light up. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Get a little bit of that? You didn't know I could do that, huh? Did you? Did you? Yeah, that shit's blowing your fucking mind. It all started in about middle school. Started to kind of really come out of my shell and would dick around and shit with all my friends. And then when high school hit, I was actually doing like plays and doing you know, a lot of theater stuff. And when I graduated, man, took some improv classes, and stand-up was the last thing I thought I'd be doing, but tried it, and here I am telling dick jokes. So the Comedy Castle in Royal Oak, that's an awesome spot back home. Had a really good teacher, Rich Terry, taught me a lot, and then Steve Abdo was a really good teacher of mine. And then I did a lot of studying, you know, on my own, just watching open mics and taking a lot of tips from a lot of local comics that know their shit, and kind of put together my package, I guess. I mean, you got to start off with the Jesus Christ.
Apple Bobby up in this bitch.
As soon as I graduated, 18 years old, I mean, literally the minute when I graduated high school, I took a class, I think that next week at the Comedy Castle doing improv, and took off from there, man. I didn't fuck around. I didn't wait. Honestly, the most important part, and that I was struggling with, I like to, like, you know, I want to please everybody in the crowd. Obviously, that's your goal. But he had sat me down and told me, don't go looking for the audience, let them find you. And, you know, I didn't really understand it at first, but the more I realized that, you know, just go up there and be you, be comfortable. You know, people can tell when shit's forced or it's not what you want to do. And just be natural about it, man. And that's been the real key, especially doing it now. When I was starting to really focus in high school, I started off, obviously, the Dane Cook trend, you know, I'll say it. But I think he's a great comic. Bill Burr, you know, your Louis C.K., Sebastian, I can't even say his last name, I'll fuck it up. But there's so many good comics out there that I would watch and study. But for me, I took a lot. I always wanted to be an actor. That was my goal. So I would study people like Vince Vaughn, you know, Keegan-Michael Key, Will Ferrell, people like that. Those are my really big influences, and I think that kind of portrays itself on stage. Extra work. You know, that's what I wanted to do. That's, you know, I always want to be an actor. That was #1. Still do. But, yeah, just a little extra work here and there. Got to meet some cool people, but it's a bitch getting into acting, for real. It's a lot easier to go solo like I'm doing. And I have more fun, man. I don't got to listen to no bullshit, listen to nobody's orders. I am my own boss on stage, and I kind of like that. Yes. Yep. I want to, eventually I'll set up like a YouTube vlog thing or a podcast, you know, even. But I like more video-based stuff. And I think people enjoy that more, you know, when there's actually something to see. So eventually I will dabble into that. You know what? And I hate to be a bitch answering this question, but I'm going to say both. Because, you know, in stand-up there's certain rules, you know, kind of that you follow. But improv, especially when I'm doing these shows out here with Killa and on the road at concerts, nobody knows me. I'm the new guy doing something completely new, comedy. So if you don't know how to improvise on the stage, you don't know what the crowd's going to react to, what the fans are going to think. You got to be able to think on your feet, and things change. You know, there was a lot of instances. For one, I'll give you in Salt Lake City, Utah, on the drive-by tour. There was people painting up faces in the middle of the crowd, you know, and I was on stage, I was like, fuck it, someone get up on stage, paint my face. So they painted my face as I did my whole stand-up routine, and went over great. I mean, the people loved it. That's something I never planned, but it's one of the most memorable moments being on the road. Honestly, man, it started for a while, and it's a blessing. I mean, this is who I grew up listening to, and honestly, if it wasn't for people like Jay and Madrox, those were like the really funny guys I thought growing up, you know. And then everyone started to get into it. You would watch The Purple Show and Road Fools and all these other things, and never in my dreams would I thought I'd be working, especially with Killa, and you know, perform with Blaze, Big Hoodoo, you know, Jump Steady, all those guys. So it's been a real awesome, humbling experience. There's some days I wake up and I can't believe it's even fucking real. But and a big shout out goes to Spider for helping me get my foot in the door there at Psychopathic, and I didn't take that bitch out of the door either. You know, I met Spider. It was on St. Patrick's Day. I met him at a McDonald's drive-thru. I had ordered so much food they had made me pull my car forward and wait. And for those of you who don't know Spider, he's a huge black guy, ripped, and not someone I would normally talk to. You know, it kind of scared the shit out of me. Someone who would beat the hell out of me. But I had seen he was wearing a Hatchet Man shirt, just waiting outside and, you know, sitting outside. And I was like, hey, you know, nice shirt. And he didn't say shit. He just got up and walked towards the car. And I'm like, fuck, this is it. Like, this is either I'm going to die or it's going to be a crazy world star moment. And, you know, he had told me who he was. You know, I didn't recognize him at first. And he had actually called the office right there at the McDonald's parking lot, and I got to, you know, talk to some people there. They probably don't remember me, just office guys, but yeah. And then he really got my foot in the door, meeting people like, you know, ROC and ABK and all these guys. So. I guess starting off when I was doing open mics and things like that, it's just stage fright, you know? Because in my head, a lot of times I think, holy shit, no one's going to fucking laugh at anything. All my jokes are stupid. You're a fucking asshole. Like, these are things that just run through my mind, you know, even the night before. And when you get up there and get that first laugh and plant your foot, you know it's going to be a good time. But definitely, sometimes it's the crowd, especially being on tour. You know, some people are just more rowdy. When we go out west, the natives love them to death, but they're partiers. And if I get them too late at the night and they're drunk, I mean, it gets to be wild. You know, I love it though. I mean, that's one of the best places to play. You know, just so all the energy, but. It's got to be that. That's why you'll see me if I'm at a show. I'll come out here and there and just kind of chat with people, check out the crowd, get a feel for what's going on, and I'll also play off that. So that's got to be it, man. Is each city is something totally new, but you got to embrace it. Wow, first stand-up comedy performance, official one, was at the Michigan Actors Studio when I took my classes there. Was fucking terrible for me. I mean, I got a couple laughs. Of course, your family and friends are gonna fucking laugh, but I just stood up there like still as hell. And but I'll never forget. There was one person at that show, and that's what I was telling in the last interview. That there's a guy in this wheelchair. Never met him, and he rolled his way up to, I don't want to sound like a dick, but I think that's, he rolled his way up to me after the show and shook my hand, an older guy, and he was like, you were really funny, you really made my day, I really appreciate that. And to this day, I think that's one of the most, if not the most humbling moments. And even though I thought, you know, it was my first show, it kind of went shitty, is this really what I want to do? If it wasn't for that guy, I think giving me that vote of confidence, honestly, I don't know how long I would have pursued it or got back at it, but yeah, that was really it. You know, I won't say ridiculous, and it's funny as hell that you said that, but I've actually been getting a good response from what I've seen online, you know, people as they come to these shows, especially on the tour. And I had one hater, and it was right here in Columbus at the Al Rosa on the April Fool's tour. And you know, I'm reading the comments, and you know, a couple people, oh, Keegan was good, yada yada, yada yada. But this one guy was like, he was stale as fuck, and I was like, I don't really know what that means, like how I was stale. To this day, that still bothers me, but. Damn it, if I fucking knew your name, if I gave a shit enough to know what your name was, I'd say something right now, you fucking bastard. But, yeah, so I guess someone said I was stale. Ooh, you know what? If we're going to get personal here for a second, I had a little bit of a rough childhood, you could say, and really had to grow a lot. You know, I kind of lost touch with my mom at a really young age, and was kind of raised by my grandma and my dad, you know. So to get over that hump, I guess, as a kid, you know, I was real shy, real timid. And like I said, it wasn't until middle school I really came out of my shell. So just kind of growing up, you know, not having the idealistic childhood, but I think that's the main reason, and that is my motivation for doing comedy. There's not a better feeling in the world than if someone's having a horrible day. You know, you don't know their scenario, what they're going through in their personal life, but if you can just take them away from all that bullshit and make them laugh for 5-10 minutes, whatever, I'm up on stage, there's no amount of money, that's better than that feeling. It's my high. Being off stage, man, and being able to brighten people's day, I hope, you know, that's my goal. First and foremost, to finish this fucking tour, looking forward to it a whole month. Hoping that I get a spot on this Family Fun Time tour, and like I said, looking forward to tours. I love being on the road, meeting people, but the biggest thing is getting Road Fools 2 done. I'm super excited, and I want to share that with everybody. That's been a blast, and I think it's gonna blow Road Fools 1 out of the water. I'm just gonna fucking say it. And then for me, I'm gonna launch my personal documentary DVD, if you want. Already got the title for it, and I'll give it to you. I didn't want to release it now, but it's going to be called Am I Doing This Right? And it's going to kind of take you through my life as a comic in the underground. That it's never really been done, you know. This hasn't, and I don't. People, when you take stand-up class, you don't know. You know, you're taught a certain way to do something, and I'm throwing all that shit out there and doing it my way, and so that's why I thought that'd be a perfect title. So watch out for Am I Doing This Right? Will be my DVD coming out next year. What up? Yeah. Don't even know him.
Give it up for Keegan!